Well, thank you for being here, Dr. Zogby. We're honored to have you. Should I give it to them?
Go ahead.
This is a Community Service Award honoring those who have contributed to the growth and success of our community, presented to Dr. James Zogby, in recognition of your services, accomplishments, and contributions to the Arab American community. The Board of Directors of Cameo welcomes you as an honorary member.
All right.
Thank you.
Another. And one more.
And we have proclamations from everybody. Senator Sherrod Brown. This is a proclamation from Mayor Jackson, City of Cleveland. This is a proclamation from the County Executive, Armin Budish. This is a proclamation from the Governor. This is a proclamation from Secretary of State John Husted. Proclamation from our Congresswoman Marcy Kaptur. And the resolution from the City Council of Cleveland. Thank you, James. Thank you for everything. I might add also, there is proclamations coming from Senator Portman that they were supposed to be sent via mail. We haven't received them yet, but they will be coming. And also there will be proclamation coming from the state rep, Marlene Anielski, that they sent them directly to the House. So just here.
I think I got it right. I am delighted. I've been coming to Cleveland now for 4 decades and working with the community on a whole range of issues, from when I began my work with the Palestine Human Rights Campaign through the Anti-Discrimination Committee, through Save Lebanon, and the Arab American Institute, and more recently we've been doing some work on issues involving Syria and bringing the community together. All that time, Cameo's been here and has been a model for what communities can do when they put aside partisanship and when they put aside ethnic and religious differences. I admire the work you do, and I appreciate it. I was going to say when I started that I was advised to don't be political, don't be partisan, and be short. So I was going to say thank you and then sit down. I am usually partisan to my bones, but I'm going to put it aside and just make an observation that I want to share with you. Clovis Maqsood, some of you know of him, or many of you maybe even know him. He passed away recently. He was a giant in Arab literature, a remarkable man, whose work I read when I was in graduate school in the 1960s. I moved to Washington about 40 years ago. I was in my early 30s, and I met Clovis for the first time. He would take me on Fridays to Kramer's Afterworks, a bookshop, and he would read his weekly column to me. If you knew Clovis, he had bad eyesight, and so he'd be holding it up very close to his eyes, scrolling it up as he read, in a very loud voice. And the coffee shop would be filled with people who would be looking over at this strange sight of this man reading this article way too close to his face in a voice way too loud about topics that usually people don't talk about in loud voices in Washington. I was just in awe of the fact that this giant would read me his columns and ask me what I thought of them. When I began my work, he mentored me. He took me under his wing and advised me and gave me praise when I deserved it and criticism when I deserved it as well. In the same way, I was so privileged to have worked with other giants like Jim Maverick, like Edward Said, like Ibrahim Abulughad. People who I met in my 30s who steered me in the direction of community service and who taught me lessons about what it meant to be a community and how to serve the needs of others. I say this to you because at my age now, I start thinking about what responsibilities I have going down to the next level. And so I simply put it out there for you that find some young people and mentor them and pay attention to them and give them what they need. Both good advice when they're supporting, when we have things to support them, and criticize them when they deserve to be criticized. But help them along and take it seriously. We have an internship program in my office we were talking about at the table. I am so thrilled that we bring these young kids to work. We have Sarah is here. Sarah's sister is working with us this summer. And what thrills me is seeing these young kids come in and then 10 years later finding them working on Capitol Hill, working in the White House, working at the State Department, working in immigration reform, we had a young kid who was being deported because he was undocumented after 9/11. We adopted the case and we were able to help him get a green card, but he needed a job, and so we took him in as an intern. He went to law school, graduated from law school, and now he's heading up an immigration rights group in Washington. And the White House just honored him as a courageous leader for change in America. These are the things you can do. These are the people you can produce when you pay attention to them and when you give them what they need to get to that next step. And so I'm just so thankful that I'm being honored by you, but honored by you because people took me under their wing when I was in my formative years and gave me what I needed to be able to think seriously about public service and to hone my skills and become better at what I do. So I thank them, I thank you, and I encourage you to do for others as was done for you and was done for me in our formative years. Thank you.